Alright, this is the last time I have to watch this game. Thank God. So this is Jason True, your magnificent eSports director at App State University. And this is App State Team Yellow versus UNC Division 2. I'm going to be looking through for jungler this time. I've already looked through for every other role, so this is like the 9th time I've watched it. So I'm not really going to go everything in super crisp detail. Especially for jungler, I'm just gonna look at role like your pathing, like any specific fancy things. I am not going to go over this level 1 again. I've already done it in the site video, so go watch that. Like Jesus Christ, it's in the very beginning. You don't have to watch the whole thing to see it. I'm not doing it again. You don't waste your flash there. That was good. If you wasted your flash, it would have been sad. Don't look at these cooldowns, they're all broken. The spectator's like losing its mind. You might have smited that late. I don't know. Like, you don't get experience for killing the big one unless like you help kill it, or like you. I don't think you get experience for killing the big one unless you kill it actually. I don't remember exactly how they changed it. This is all pretty typical. But what I would consider as Skarner is if you're going to just do a full clear like this, you're essentially handing Kindred the Scuttler. You have to consider that she's going to want the Scuttler, so what you can do is just do like your non-buff clear, like you don't even clear the buffs, or you do this. You do Krugs, red buff, blue buff, and then you go fight at the Scuttler because you can see that it's marked and she's going to be going for it like essentially now. Yeah, and you saw, I think you might have seen her here because you guys captured that, and so that's another giveaway that she's doing it. And you're full health, you can go fight her easily. You guys essentially just let her have it for free. So just like consider what the enemy jungler is going to be doing as well as what you're doing. Because Kindred's kind of a transparent jungler in that sense. At 3 minutes to 30 minutes and 30 seconds is the general time when the junglers are going to be looking to take the Scuttler grab. So that's something you should be looking for. As it is, you just like farm the jungle and then you go look for this, but then you like find her and kill her on accident because she just kind of shows up. Yada yada. I talked about this in the site, but you ward here as a response and you just keep jungling. Skarner's one of the best duels in the game, so you don't really have to worry about it. Sorry if I don't sound excited, but I've watched this like 9 times and I've talked about it the whole time. You start recalling out in the middle of the river, which is super arrogant, but as it is, she jumps into you and like gets rid of her escape, and so you just get a free kill because Skarner's dueling is insane. But if you had come and fought her at the Scuttler, I think you would have also gotten a kill, and she wouldn't have gotten the Scuttler. And I already talked about that Victor. I talked about it in mid lane that Victor like should be expecting to help you to take the Scuttle grabs at that time. Because the next one is going to be this one, and so I hope you guys go take that, or you go contest it at least. You're sitting in this base for a long time. Alright, think about what you're going to buy sooner. Skarner, you're probably going Warrior. I think that's fine. Probably. Either Warrior or Cinderhelm. Or Cinderhole. I like this gank. They were really arrogant to go that far up without wards. And you guys really punished them for it. I really like it. Yeah, it was well done. I definitely support the boots, the early boots purchase on Skarner, because Skarner's really reliant on being able to stick on people, and the boots early on, along with the shield, really help him a lot. Again, you did not contest her taking the scuttle crab. This, I've talked about it so many times, but my pause is broken, so I can't pause. But this choice to do dragon is, I don't know who made this call, but it's entirely wrong. Because as it is, you're going to almost die just doing the dragon naturally. But they clearly can see you, judging by the scuttle crab, and they just run over and they stop you. Like, the only way you would have been able to do this is if they hadn't been dead, or there's only like one. Because you just aren't tanky enough. It's just the way it is. Even with Soraka heals, it would have been really hard. So yeah, that's where that comes from. It was just, you just shouldn't have done it. Like, it was a very solo queue decision, I guess. I assume you guys just thought, like, fuck it, let's do it. We just got a double kill, but he didn't respect the cooldown or the respawn timer. They just came back. It wasn't anything fancy, you just, respawn timers are short. And you go back and you go in the jungle, max and Q, that's fine. Hope you smite these. Nope. You should smite these as Skarner, especially as you just got level 6, because it will let you go and clear wards before you gank, and clear wards, like, know when you're warded when you do go gank. Here it didn't matter because she just didn't have a ward, but yeah, that's something you should do. Just smite the wraiths, especially when you hit level 6, when you have a ganking jungler. Because the only other thing worth smiting is wolves when you are worried about an invade. Otherwise, always use your smite on raptors, because it gives you a lot of vision control. Smiting raptors is probably the best smite in the game. Except for like very situational ones. You're kind of hard power farming. Right here, when Victor goes up top, you should have left the Gromp and just immediately gone. As it is, you're way behind. Just adjust your path to follow that. I like that you warded this when you got to the bush. I do. I would have maybe warded this, though, because you really don't have to ward that. I'm not saying that your ward is bad. I'm saying that because you guys don't have a ward here, I would probably ward this instead. Because getting ganked from here is not as dangerous as getting ganked from back here. Which is kind of what happens. So I'm not trying to say your ward is bad, I'm just saying in that specific situation I would have warded probably there. And I think it was more on the top laner that he should have warded instead of two. He should have already had that spot warded. Alright, I like that you left this farm for your mid laner. Because you don't think you're doing well on your own, you don't really need all that. Hope you take this Cutler, yes, that's good. I don't know how much you play against Kindred, but you should definitely be taking, be cognizant of where she has marks. You smited this, I hope you go to mid. Go clear this ward. And you run bot lane. And I think this is a miscommunication that I don't think Andy came down fast enough. Alright, so Andy, Adam's here first. And you guys have a jungler. I think this is miscommunication how this was called out. Just judging by looking at it, that's what happened. When you guys actually get here, I think you're fine. I've seen you've played Skarner a lot. I've seen you play Skarner before. This is good. You played a lot of them. So I don't really need to tell you about like how to play him, things like that. Alright, again, you guys are doing Dragon when essentially their full team is up and you don't have vision. Like, let's turn on just your vision. You don't have any. So just to say, this should not be, you should not be doing Dragon. And as soon as you leave the pit, they need to leave with you. Don't let them stay in the pit, because as soon as the rest of their team gets here, these guys are stuck. They can't get out. So they should have left with you. You essentially doomed them by leaving them in there. But it's not only on you, it's like it's a team communication issue that you guys should have left as a group. Leaving one by one lets stragglers get picked off. And that whole fight just like essentially shouldn't happen. You should not have tried to take dragon. And you're dead, so wait. It's like your build. Swifty's boots. On Skarner, I think it's okay. Yeah. I think on Skarner that's not bad. Because you want to be able to keep up with people, and Cassiopeia has a lot of slows. And so does Kindred and stuff, so those are fine. Here there's a giant fight, and you go into this bush, and you had vision, so that was not bad that you didn't like run into the bush you didn't have vision on. So you go in, fight, they're all focusing you. I don't think there was really anything you could have done different. I think you played that fight about as well as you were given opportunity to play that fight. If anything, you probably should use your ulti, if you didn't. I can't. It's broken, and I don't really want to watch the fight again. But that I think, rather than Jarvan ulting and like keeping everybody there, maybe ulting the Kindred and dragging her out of her ulti, like closer to your tower over here, would have been cheeky, and that would have been a good play. So making better use of your ulti. I think down here that was miscommunication. That like, I don't know. You got onto Draven, and then they were not on the same page the bot line. So it's like pull it. Like if you'd had the trap set up when you started the pull, like they were on the same page as you, then I think they just played that a little bit better. That was a free kill. So your own random events or Deadman's Plate. It's fine. Skarner is kind of versatile in what he can build. I think Fire Cave is really good. Deadman's Plate is good because it lets you just get on people. I would have ultied that Kindred and just dragged her. Probably was your best option. Trying to go and like grab the Draven was really hard because even if you grabbed him, you would have been pulling him into a Kindred ult. Alright, at this point the game is over. So I'm gonna say what I think you should work on. At level 6, when you have ulti, you should definitely look for kills immediately, and pretty much every time it's up. And you do that, okay, but I think it would help if you smite the Wraith or the Raptor or whatever, and that will assist you in getting more kills with that kind of play, because it will let you know when there are wards. I think it's probably the best smite in the jungle. Let's see. React to what the other jungler is going to be doing, and try to like plan your route to always be where they're going to at the same time. And so Skarner maybe just like do Krug's red, blue, and then go top, or go to the scuttle crab. And maybe you should put a little more emphasis on scuttle crabs because they give a lot of protection to your laners. If you have this scuttle crab, then your laner can ward here, and they have a lot more like warning on when the enemy's coming. Especially against Kindred because they help Kindred a lot. Alright, is there anything else for jungle? I don't know who keeps calling those dragons, but stop it. Just stop it. You don't want to do dragons, especially in the early game when you're taking. Even if you can take it without the enemy there, if they can see you because you're standing on a scuttle, it's just foolish. Alright, I think that's it. I kept this one under 15 minutes right now. That's fantastic for me. Okay, so I think that's about it. I don't know. Again, this was App State Team Yellow versus UNC Division 2, October 18th, 2016. This was game 2 of a 3-game series. UNC Division 2 won 2-0. Alright, GG. Hope you learned something. Good luck. Have fun.